country in the world, and it is worth fighting for. It is worth bleeding for, and if it takes it, it's worth dying for the greatest country that this world has ever seen.
What's going on, America? It has been literally 1 week to the day, and it is official. Donald Trump not only secured the White House, he secured the popular vote. We already knew we won the Senate, and finally, for the love of God and Fantasia, we finally now know that we have won the Senate as well. The absolute trifecta. And you, the American people, made it happen. So I want to see some American flags in the chat. Let's get this chat blowing up. Let's get some American flags in celebration of our country. But there are rumors are swirling. Is Joe Biden planning on stepping down, making Kamala Harris, in fact, the 47th president of the United States, guaranteeing her Secret Service detail for the rest of her life? And how hard is it to stay focused when you've got Todd in the background? I'm telling you. And then last but not least, even though we delivered the greatest mandate that's been seen in politics probably in the past 50 years, turns out we still have some rhino soul-sucking vampire demons in the Senate that need to be dealt with. Could the Senate be plotting with Mitch McConnell, the Sith Lord himself, to circumvent Trump before he even gets into office? We're going to talk about that, and the answer is absolutely yes. Spoiler alert. You need to be on the phone just raking your senators over the coals of what they're trying to do right now, and we need to keep the pressure on them. If you agree with that, comment yes or no in the chat. If this is your first time watching, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to hit the follow button. The more you do these things, the more you see this video for future references, and also more people get to see it. The more you comment and the more you share, the better off things will be. But let's touch base on who is in the show and in the chat right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to be an American in Española. I'm proud to know you. I got nothing. I'm completely fine. Basket Tony's in the building today. I jacked that one up.
Hola, everybody. Buenos dias. I need to start using my Spanish more.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I was speaking to my mom this weekend, and dude, I was having trouble keeping up with her because I don't use it anymore because nobody in the studio speaks Spanish. So
were you speaking to her?
Well, I ain't learning.
All right. Producer Royce is in the house today. There it is with his signature look.
Eminem's in the house.
I got a different hoodie. I'm rocking a different hoodie today.
I love it. I love how you're assimilating to look like you like football. I love it.
Or like you know what it is.
All right. Of course, everybody's favorite redneck hot seat Todd is here.
Good morning.
All right, let's see here. Okay, how was everybody's weekend?
Great. Wonderful.
Wonderful.
Excellent.
Pretty good.
I don't know if anybody felt like me, and I opened this up for the chat as well. It felt kind of, it was a weird weekend for me. I feel like every weekend for at least the past 2 months, has just been like a build-up and a build-up and a build-up and a build-up to this thing. And now we're here, and now it's done, and it's kind of like, okay, all right, well, what's next? And thankfully, the Senate gave us another battle to fight, but we'll talk about that a little later on. Anybody else feel that way?
Thankfully.
It's kind of like this.
No.
It's kind of like this weird thing when you've been at like level 30 for so long, and then the fight is over and you win. How do you bring yourself back down?
You don't. All you got to do is go on
so,
Twitter or TikTok and you'll laugh for hours.
I don't know.
Not only that, I think because we're all waiting, we're like holding our breath until January 20th is what it feels like. It feels like we've been building up, and then he won, and now we're like, until he's actually inaugurated, because again, we've talked about it. It's like protect the president. So it's like, what am I going to hear on Twitter today? There's still kind of that stress level, I guess, there.
For me, it's all about perspective. I mean, obviously, we won the fight, great, and we're all happy about it, seeing all the left kind of melt down. But it's all about perspective for me because at the end of the day, what really matters to me is, you know, being with my family. Even if Kamala would have won, I still would have had my family. Everybody's healthy, knock on wood. And, you know, that's just about perspective for me. So,
I mean, I would have been in hiding for my life.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, you would have. Yeah.
We're in a win.
I love Tony. Like, yeah, you'd have been screwed.
I mean, we're literally in a win-win-win-win-win situation because all these liberal chicks are shaving their heads and swearing off sex. All the conservative women are wanting to have more babies. It's
Thank
just going to
God.
get better from here. Like,
Hey, I'm all about it, man. Let's
I
do this.
still don't
man.
understand that whole I'm going to hold out for sex because Trump lost.
It's
Nobody's
only-
won. I
sex
don't-
with them anyway.
Cover your ear holes, ladies, but it's only the ladies that no one wants to have sex with that are refraining from sex.
Yeah,
it's weird. It is
Gargamel
weird.
from the Smurfs shaving
Here's
their
another
head.
thing. Good-looking, God-fearing Christian men don't want to have sex with women that want to murder babies. I hate to break
Yep.
it to you. It's kind of a mood killer, if we're being honest about it. It's kind of odd. Comment yes or no if you agree.
hey.
I'm interested to see.
Less liberal babies, the better, right?
Hey, like Charlie Kirk said, we're just going to outbreed these people.
Yeah.
And then 20,
Yeah.
30 years from now, we're not even going to have this stuff to worry about because they're not having kids and we're having like 5, 6 of them. And so, you know, let's go about it. I'm all for it. Cry lives cry, keep legs shut. KLS, the KLS movement for the liberals, the keep legs shut movement. Let's
I don't understand
like
the
it.
shaving of the head though. What is that? I don't get it. Like, okay, sure, the withholding
because
but
they're
the
trying to make
shaving of the
themselves
head?
look less attractive to where they don't even have to worry about guys trying to pick them up in the bar.
I hate to break it to
and all
them.
that
It's
other
hard
kind
to
of stuff.
polish a turd.
Well, there you go. All right. I feel like I feel like giving some stuff away today. I really
What
do.
do I get?
I
All
feel
right,
like giving
yay.
some stuff away. I got
I'm
about
right here, I'm
I
right
got
here.
about $5,000 burning a hole in my pocket. And the reason why I say this is no, you guys get paid anyway. Like either way, I got about $5,000 burning a hole in my pocket. So here's what I'm going to do.
We're all like, what the heck, bro?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen,
speakers
you
make a
guys
wish
will all get
foundation.
Christmas bonuses. Shut up. It's going down as we speak. Quit whining. All right. Can I finish? Can I finish? Can I finish? Can I finish? The people want to hear. Do you guys want to hear what I got going on? Comment yes or no in the chat right now. No, I'm not doing crap because you guys done ruined the moment. Now, do you,
floor
the
is
audience,
yours.
want to know what my idea is? Comment yes or no in the chat.
Yes, Graham, I wanna
feel-
hear your idea.
I
Shoot.
feel like being generous today, and everybody's being a crap hole right this second. You're being a crap hole.
Sorry for being a crap hole, Graham. Please go ahead.
Dear Lord. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I do believe that things are going to get worse before they get better. I literally saw that Canada is now reporting the first human-to-human transmission of the bird flu in Canada. I do believe that they're going to try to do something before Trump can get in office. I really do. And I believe that life-saving medications from our friends at the Wellness Company is very important. So here's what I'm going to do. We do this little thing with Wellness Company from time to time. I believe it was very important for you guys to get this life-saving medication. So every single order today, I'm going to pick 3 of you. And you know what? Let's just do it like this. Let's make it $6,000. I'm going to pick 3 of you, and 3 people are getting $2,000 from me to you. Help you pay the rent and a mortgage this month across the board. All you got to do is go to twc.health/Graham right now. It's right there on the screen. If you're on Rumble, it is tagged in the link or in the comment section. Promo code Graham saves you $30 plus free shipping. I'm going to get the list of every person that orders today, and I'm going to pick 3 of you. And last time it got a little confusing because everybody was like, well, did I get the money or did I get this or did I get that? So we're just going straight money this time. I want to bless you guys. I know times are tough. Money is tough. So right now, I believe you need to get this. I believe it to be important because I do believe that they're going to try something. If you agree with that, comment yes or no in the chat right now. Every single order today, it's 9:10. So by 9:10 tomorrow, it is over. twc.health/Graham. That's twc.health/Graham. Promo code Graham's going to save you $30 plus free shipping. I'm going to pick 3 people, $2,000 a piece. Easy.
You know what, Graham?
Fair enough.
I think I'm going
Go
to chip
now.
in on that. I'll
Go
throw in $5.
do it right
Royce,
now.
towards
Go
the cause.
support our
I
sponsors
have
that
an
support
idea.
us. And I want to give back to you guys in the process. But you got to go right now. All right, let's get into the show. It's already 11 minutes. We haven't even talked yet. All right, let's see. Is AOC is definitely pregnant. All right, I'm finally at the point where it's time to say it. Look, and congratulations. I think it's great. Hey, AOC, the election's over. You can admit you're keeping the baby now. Like, you guys lost, so you don't have to,
I don't
like...
think she's pregnant. I think she just wants a hot dog.
Yeah, maybe she.
I
Maybe
don't
she.
think that's it. I
Maybe
think
she
she's
was.
pregnant.
Maybe she was stress eating.
I think she's eating
I
her
don't think
stress.
that's it. Either way, but is AOC thinking about becoming a conservative? She made this very interesting story post that, first of all, this is a terrible freeze frame. Terrible.
No, it's great.
Terrible freeze frame.
And I said, and I said this before the show. Why is she wearing those freaking
I'm telling you.
big old bumblebee glasses?
Well, that's the style right now. Either way, okay, this is why she put in her story. Let's play the story. This is why we have this question. Trump voters, which podcast accounts do people, what podcast accounts people do you like? What a weird way to phrase a question. All right, play it.
Which podcasts are you listening to? Which accounts are you subscribing to? I'm interested, like genuinely. Let me know which ones specifically, which accounts, which podcasts, etc. Which
What's your
So
favorite
let's-
buffet line?
Let's specialize or speculate. Why do we think she's doing this? Do we think she's doing it because she's generally wanting to do research on the opposition? Do we think that she's trying to understand more of what the American people are relating to? We know for a fact that Dem strategists have now said that they have gone way too far to the left.
Yep.
And like the top Democrat strategists have now said that, and they've got to bring it back towards the center. So I believe that this is probably Oppo research to try to figure out what messages the American people are relating to. What do you guys think? Comment in the chat what you guys think too.
I think she's just trying to find a way to stay relevant, and she knows that real Americans are watching these types of podcasts, not liberal podcasts. They're watching, people like us, people like all the other conservative podcasters. So she wants to try to maybe get on these shows or to stay relevant. And to that, I think everybody in the comments should go on their Twitter at AOC. We should have her on this show. We should talk to AOC on this show. I think it'd be amazing.
Hey
I
man,
think it's much more simpler than that. I think she's just looking for a conservative male to take care of her child because her sissy husband ain't going to be able to do it.
Listen, if we ever get AOC on the show, you can mark me absent that day because
Not
I
me.
wouldn't be able to.
I have invited
I wouldn't be able
AOC.
to.
I've
sit
invited
here, dude.
AOC on the show for years. Well, no, we'd have too much Hispanic at that point. You'd have
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
you'd have to get off the
good
show so we
point.
have a good
Yeah,
ratio.
there you go.
You
Yeah,
can't do that.
Yep, good point.
And comment below. Do you think AOC's pregnant? I believe she is, and if she is, you know what? I'm happy for
Yeah,
her.
if she is, congratulations.
Yeah,
Wasn't
it
it
is
announced
married.
that she was? I thought it was already announced.
I don't think so.
I don't think. No,
she's
just a
announced
lot
yet,
of
but-
people are
Speculating.
that she is, and so I think she is too. Either way, and I hope so. Maybe a baby will change her life for the better, and she will be a little less
Sorry for that child.
crazy. Royce, did you get the video I sent of all of the people doing the celebration instead of just the Nick Bosa one? Because I want to show everybody this. I sent it in the chat. All right, so there's this new trend going on. It's amazing seeing people walking around downtown Manhattan with their Trump hats on, in Miami with their Trump hats on. No one's afraid anymore. No one's afraid to show that they support the president. Nothing more so than what is now being simply referred to as the Trump dance that is happening in our society. This is, they're going to hit us with copyright for the music, but I don't care. We're not monetizing anyway. So this is the Trump dance, and you'll see not only Nick Bosa doing it in the NFL, you're going to see a lot more. College, everywhere doing this stuff. Play the video. Ladies and gentlemen, the Trump dance. Let's do it.
Dude is just iconic in everything
Every
that he
way.
does becomes iconic.
I love it.
It's-
But what I love, I mean, you had D1 college universities doing it. You got the NFL doing it. Yeah, you got the Twitter stars doing it, and whoop-de freaking do there. But I think that this is amazing. I think it's awesome, and it just goes to the point that the tide is turning. People are going to a place where they no longer are afraid to show what candidate they support and why they support them. And yeah, I think it's great. I think it's awesome. All right, let's get into our next sponsor for today. Ladies and gentlemen, you know that we believe in saving the most innocent among us, and that is the unborn. And that's why we have partnered with our friends over at Preborn. They do amazing, amazing work. And you're going to hear us talk about it a lot. You can go to preborn.com/Graham. What do they do? All right. It's very simple. We'll show you the website here somewhere. All right, there we go. You're going to hear us talk about it a lot. We love saving babies on this show. But the fact of the matter is, we actually do need to help save them. And the way that you can do that is by going to preborn.com/Graham. Let's be honest. If we don't save the babies, who will? While the left fights to take their lives, Preborn's network of clinics fights to save them. And to date, they have rescued over 300,000 babies. And that's not all. They provide love, support, and counseling for up to 2 years for free for the mother as well. One ultrasound is just $28, and 140 helps to rescue 5 babies' lives. It is a known thing that once the mother sees the ultrasound of their baby, they are, I want to say the total is 57% less likely to commit abortion at that point. Abortion doesn't stop, so we can't stop either. Together, you and I can save lives. Just call pound 250 on your cell phone. That's it. Pound 250 on your cell phone and say the keyword baby. That's just pound 250 and say the word baby. Or you can go to preborn.com/Graham. Ladies and gentlemen, you see it there. $28, $140, $250, $500. You can save a baby's life today by going to preborn.com/Graham now. All right. This is, I just want to jump to something that's very important to me. Everybody knows that I think the public education system is complete and total garbage. Everybody knows how I feel about public education. I believe they to be public indoctrination camps. Calm down, Tony. I'm not talking about Lexi. She's a great teacher. For the love of God, save it
Thank you.
over there.
Thank you.
Dear Lord.
I was about to get out of my chair.
I'm not saying that every teacher is an indoctrinator. I'm saying that their hands are tied against them because the public education system is an indoctrination cesspool cult that you're sending your kids to every day. But Donald Trump has something to say about it. So we're going to play the full clip. You need to like this video. You need to share this video. Also, twc.health/Graham. Everybody that purchases a wellness kit today, I'm picking 3 of you. I'm giving $2,000 each, $6,000 giveaway today. If you're on Rumble, the link is right there in Rumble. Only orders that happen today. So go to twc.health/Graham right now. Hit the play button. It's 2 minutes, 54 seconds, but it is amazing. Play it.
Here are 10 key ideas that will power our movement for great schools. First, we will respect the right of parents to control the education of their children.
Go
Second,
figure. Great.
we will empower parents and local school board to hire and reward great principals and teachers, and also to fire the poor ones, the one whose performance is unsatisfactory. They will be fired. Like on The Apprentice, you're fired.
You're
Third,
fired.
we will ensure our classrooms are focused not on political indoctrination, but on teaching the knowledge and skills needed to succeed. Reading, writing, math, science, arithmetic, and other truly useful
math, Tom.
subjects. Fourth, we will teach students to love their country, not to
arithmetic
hate
for
their
him.
country like they're taught right now. Fifth, we will support bringing back prayer to our schools.
Woo!
Sixth, we will achieve schools that are safe, secure, and drug-free, with immediate expulsion for any student who harms a teacher or another student.
Yes.
Boom.
Seventh, we will give all parents the right to choose another school for their children if they want. It's called school
Boom.
choice. Eighth, we will ensure students have access to project-based learning experiences inside the classroom to help train them for meaningful work outside the classroom. Ninth, we will strive to give all students access to internships and work experiences that can set them on a path to their first job. They're going to be very, very successful. I want them to be more successful than Trump. Let them go out and be more successful. I will be the happiest person in the world. But we want our children to have a great life and be successful. And 10th, we will ensure that all schools provide excellent jobs and career counseling so that high school and college students can get a head start on jobs and careers best suited to their God-given talents. This is how we will ensure a great education for every American child. And one other thing I'll be doing very early in the administration is closing up the Department of Education in Washington, D.C., and sending all education and education work and needs back to the states. We want them to run the education of our children because they'll do a much better job of it. You can't do worse. We spend more money per pupil by 3 times than any other nation, and yet we're absolutely at the bottom. We're one of the worst. So you can't do worse. We're going to end education coming out of Washington, D.C. We're going to close it up, all those buildings all over the place, and you have people that in many cases hate our children. We're going to send it all back to the states. Thank you very much.
All right. If you agree with that, comment yes or no in the chat. I think it's great, especially putting prayer back in schools. I love that. School choice. Love school choice. For example,
Not a fan.
We homeschool our kids, but every year for property taxes and every single license plate I got to buy on a vehicle, I got to pay tens of thousands of dollars for something I don't even use. It's ridiculous. It's more to the point that Trump gets it. I believe it to be 100%. And somebody made a little snide comment on Facebook. So everybody on Facebook, tear this person up. They're like, if podcasters would be quiet during the video, that'd be great, please. You know, it'd be great. You'd go get your own dang podcast and do it the way you think. Gain millions of followers and been doing this for a decade. And let's go with your great ideas.
Good on you, Graham. Good on you.
God, people. What, Todd?
School choice, I don't know. Because that doesn't give any incentive to the crappy schools to do better. Like, what if it's not managed and done the right way? What's going to end up happening is you're going to have the great schools turn to trash because all the retards are leaving the bad schools and going to the good schools. So you got to give
no, that's
better.
not. But that's not what would happen. No, because
Are you crazy? I live in the public school system, bro. That's exactly what happens.
How are public schools funded, Todd?
Ask. Never mind. I can't say the school out loud, but the school one of my children goes to has fallen because of kids moving from one school to this one.
Okay, but the thing is, public schools are granted their federal funding based on how many schools attend or how many kids attend that school.
I got that.
So the benefit of school choice is you remove the kids out of the crap schools, then the crap schools no longer get that funding, then they have to increase the funding to the schools that are getting more people in it. Like that's how you punish the bad schools. You take their money away.
Well, I agree. Like, I'm not saying I'm against school choice. I'm just saying that we need to hold the feet to the fire of the teachers, the educators, and the administrations that aren't doing their freaking jobs.
Well, yes, but again, that's how you do it. Like, you do it by removing the amount of students that are in that crap school. So therefore that crap school doesn't get the same amount of funding as the good school because their numbers are equal to each other. See what I'm saying? If 80% of the kids go to the other school and there's an 80% increase in this other school, they're going to get 80% increase of the federal funding, and the other school is going to be freaking haunted in 10 years.
Yeah, like I said, as long as the crappy schools are forced to do better, and I appreciate you in the comment section that called me a effing idiot. You're not wrong.
Also, you guys have to remember, I have a daughter who's a teacher. I have my youngest is also.
What? You have a daughter as a teacher, Tony? No.
My youngest daughter.
No.
My youngest daughter is also
shocker on the show.
Also in college. She's also studying to be a teacher. But you guys have to remember that as good as a teacher as my eldest daughter is, she loves her kids. She gives 110%. It all starts at home because she can always tell as she fills us in that the parents that care about their kids and that care about their education, those are the ones that are going to succeed. All the parents that always blame the administrators and the teachers, those are the kids that always fall through the cracks. So it all starts at home. I mean, the parents have to be involved. That's just, downright plain and simple.
95% of teachers are crap. 95. Your daughter falls in the 5% that's not crap. 95% of teachers are crap because 95% of teachers put up with the garbage that they know that their school education system is making them do, and they don't do anything about it because they want a paycheck. And everybody knows how I feel about people who simply just go along just because they want a paycheck. I ain't got no respect for it. I just don't. We've seen that before. We've seen many people be silent when things are bad. We've seen many people be silent. Oh, I'm not a Jew. Well, that doesn't have anything to do with me. I don't have any respect for it. 95% of teachers are complicit in the indoctrination of our children. I'm 100% for school choice. Punish the bad schools. If you think that's unfair to the teachers that are good working at a bad school, teachers got to get more aggressive and they got to start trying to go to a different school. They got to start pushing. So school choice fixes a lot of these issues where there's no other jobs at the good school. If 80% increase in attendance happens in another school, guess what they got to do? They got to hire more teachers. School choice fixes a lot of that. All right. Let's see here. What else we got to do? Oh, let's talk about Birch Gold. Next, our next sponsor and last one of the day, our good friends at Birch Gold. Ladies and gentlemen, we need every single one of you to go text the word Graham. That's GRAHAM to 989898 right now. A lot of you are falling under the lie and illusion that now that Trump is president-elect, that all of a sudden everything's just going to be fine. Do not take for granted Joe Biden's ability to F things up, as quoted by Barack Obama himself. President Trump is not the president yet. Things can get a lot worse before they get better. And so that's why we're encouraging you to still protect your money while we're in transition. And these things don't happen overnight. We already see what's going on in the Senate. We'll talk about that in a minute. But you guys need to protect your money by going to Birch Gold. Right now, if you text the word Graham to 989898, you not only get a free info kit, that's 25 pages of information of why this could help you, you will also receive a free 1-ounce silver eagle for every $5,000 that you put into savings through Birch Gold by gold, silver, and precious metals. Look at it. I want to show you guys something. Even in this economy right now, gold is still going up because even though Donald Trump won the election, silver is up right now. So there you go. You get a silver eagle for free for every $5,000 that you put in here to protect your money against inflation. Because again, I'm telling you, don't be confused by the shocking numbers that are happening right now. It's only going to get worse before it gets better. So text the word Graham, that's GRAHAM, to 989898 right now. All right.
Before you move on, Graham, were we going to talk about that fine that Nick Bosa had to pay?
Nick Bosa had to pay $11,000
no,
for
I
that Trump hat.
I know, but my thing was, I think the hypocrisy that the NFL was going on with, because they let players wear Black Lives Matter behind their helmets.
They still wear it on their helmet.
I know, that's what I'm saying. And he wore a MAGA hat when Trump won, and they fined him for. The NFL could have easily said, freedom of speech, whatever. Okay, we'll let this one slide. It was a big thing that he won. Yet they fine him for it. I mean, I think the NFL dropped the ball there, man. The more I see the NFL, the more.
When does the NFL not drop the ball?
Plus my Cowboys suck, but the NFL is becoming to me like just a cesspool of people, and I just can't stand it, man.
Well, it's Roger Goodell. I mean, if we're being honest, I think the vast majority of NFL players don't care.
No, they don't.
Wear a Trump hat. I think the vast majority don't care. I think it is a cultural thing that Roger Goodell has allowed to happen within the NFL. And I'm at a point now, I used to be, boycott, boycott, boycott. Now I'm at a point where, if I can get preachy for a moment, we are no longer the silent majority. We are now simply the majority. Mm-hmm. So it is now time for us to simply just take it all back. Take every bit of it back. Take the take Major League Baseball back, take the NBA back, take the NFL back, take college back, take it all back. Nike, all these places that we're done with. I think it's time for us to just bum rush these freaking people and take it all back. Wear your MAGA hats. What the crap are they going to do to you? We are the majority. Every single state shifted to the right in this past election.
Yep.
Screw them. Screw them and go do what you think is you need to do. Forget these people. As Hulk Hogan would say, what you gonna do, brother? What you gonna do when Trumpomania runs wild on you? They're not gonna do a dang thing. That's what they're gonna do. They're not gonna do nothing. Forget these people. Bum rush them. I'm tired of it. I think it's time we take it back. Take back territory, as the church would say, a pastor at a pulpit would say. It's time to stop surrendering territory. It's time to go take it back.
We're going to talk about Greenland?
Let's go buy Greenland. Let's do it. Let's go. 51 states. I'm for it. We will volunteer to be the first real Americans to go live in Greenland. We will do it.
I'd move to Greenland.
We will do the first ever Dear America podcast from Greenland when it becomes the 51st state. Anyway, if you agree with that, taking back territory, comment yes or no in the chat. I'm curious what you think. All right, let's keep going. All right, is Biden stepping down? Rumors are circulating mainly because a former Harris staffer is now calling publicly on Biden to resign to install Harris as the first female president. Commentators have also suggested Harris replaced Justice Sotomayor on the Supreme Court. That's really all I want to read on this. I want to know your thoughts. Do you believe that Biden's going to step down to make Kamala Harris for 65 days the 47th president of the United States?
No, because he hates them.
I don't believe it to be true because Joe Biden voted for Donald Trump. All right. When Joe Biden gave that address to the nation, I have not seen him more lucid and happy in 3.5 years.
He was like Carlton.
That man was ready. Now, I'll tell you what I do think is more of a Polymarket agrees with us on this. Let's show the Polymarket odds for this.
I think that dude is absolutely bitter with the way they treated him, trying to push him out. Man, I just think he's like, F you guys, I'm not stepping out for nothing.
Here's where I'm confused though. We know that Joe Biden was forced to back out of the election by the Obamas and the Democrat Party. We know that, right? But it makes you wonder if he's actually under control of the DNC because I don't think that they would have let him run for a second term if they really had control like that. I think that they had to use the strong hand to get him to back out of that. But I think Joe Biden does somewhat have some control, and I don't think he is going to back down.
No,
because
dude, if
just like
Jimmy
you're saying,
Carter
he's bitter.
can vote, Biden can stay president. It's that simple.
I mean, true.
I'd be more afraid of Sotomayor retiring and Joe Biden trying to push through Kamala Harris as a Supreme Court justice before January 20th. That's what I would be more afraid of, because we know that Sotomayor, we know that Clarence Thomas. Was there one more? Maybe it's just those two.
Yeah, it's
that are talking about retiring. And so there's been chatter about possibly appointing Ted Cruz to the Supreme Court for Thomas's spot.
Can Kamala hold the office of the vice president and the Supreme?
No.
So she'd have to.
She would have to. Renounce that. But either way, I think that's far more likely of a situation, perhaps. But I also truly believe that Joe Biden just hates all of them, and he's just going to do. He's just going to do what he wants to do.
He's in hospice like in December, going. He's not giving up. It's not happening. He ain't moving.
Yeah. See, I don't know, man. Like when patients have dementia and things like this,
They mean.
They're mean, but they always have that one thing that will snap them back for a minute about who they are.
Yeah.
I think for Joe Biden, it's the hatred he has for these people and what they did to him. And I'll tell you why. Now we know from admitted inside the Democrat and the White House that after the debate between Biden and Trump, their internal polling was showing that Donald Trump was going to win 400 electoral votes against Joe Biden. But yet they told us everything was fine. They told us the economy was fine. They told us that, their insider polling shows that they've got it. Even Stephen A. Smith. And like I said, apparently Stephen A. Smith, a sports commentator, gets told everything because he's black, I guess. I don't know. But apparently Stephen A. Smith knew that Joe Biden was supposed to be a interim president or a transitional president, and he was supposed to get out of the way, and somebody else was supposed to come up after him. But after we, the Republicans, had a terrible 2022 midterm where there was no red wave, all of a sudden Joe Biden started feeling good about himself, and he's like, forget y'all, I'm staying. And now they're saying that that's what killed it all, was that. But we know that's not the truth. We'll get to, this Kamala Harris raising $1 billion in 2 months, and it spent 1.3 in 107 days. 107 days, you spent $1.3 billion, and you're now $30 million in debt. We'll get to that in a minute. But first, I want to talk about the Senate. Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on in the Senate right now? It is further proof that there are still snakes that need to be dealt with in the Senate. If you agree with that, comment yes or no in the chat right now. None more so than the new Senate Majority Leader and who that will be. So let's go to the top three that have emerged are Rick Scott, Thune, and Cornyn. Those are the three that have emerged. I'll say this. Rick Scott has officially announced that he'll be running for Senate Majority Leader. But also Cornyn and Thune have also said this as well. The problem is Mitch McConnell is the Senate Minority Leader, and Mitch McConnell is trying to hold secret votes to push either Cornyn or Thune as the Senate Majority Leader, who are both anti-Trump, warmongering, rhino, Tino, Trump in name only, just blood-sucking vampires. This is Anna Paulina, our good friend, having a conversation about this. Let's listen to it.
The fact that these senators declined to come onto your show and Rick Scott was the only one here making the case to the American people, I think just goes to show that these people are going to indeed continue Mitch McConnell's direction and leadership for the Senate, which is simply unacceptable. We need strong leadership that won't repeat 2016 and block President Trump's agenda. That's why I've publicly come out to endorse Senator Scott. But remember, the American people can make their voices heard. The senators answer to you. So phone your senator and let them know that you don't want the same Mitch McConnell leadership. We don't want the revenge of the Sith Lord here in the Senate. And I think that Rick Scott has a chance at winning this thing. The fact that these senators...
I heard this morning on a talk show that they need Lindsey Graham to come out and endorse Scott. I don't know why. That's what they were saying. I mean, I don't know what Lindsey Graham, does he hold that much power?
Because it's the old GOP, bro.
Yeah, dude, Lindsey Graham needs to be taken, like he needs to be gone. Lindsey Graham is up for re-election in 2026. Somebody has got to get the nuts to challenge Lindsey Graham on the Republican ticket. Somebody has to. Because unfortunately, Lindsey Graham is so implanted, but he is the very definition of a warmongering neocon. Just somebody has to get rid of these people. And here's the thing. Here's a list of every single Republican senator that is up for re-election in 2026. So let's make this big here so everybody can see it. All right, if you live in West Virginia, Louisiana, Maryland, Texas, Arizona, Montana, Iowa, South Carolina, there's Lindsey Graham right there. Tennessee, Mississippi, Wyoming, Kansas, Oklahoma, Nebraska, Idaho, South Dakota, Alaska, North Carolina, and Alabama. You need to be paying attention, and you need to be calling these senators, and you need to demand that they vote the way that you want them to vote. See, here's what ticks me off. You've had multiple senators now who have come out and said basically that the president-elect needs to stay out of this. And you've even had senators. These are grown adults that are supposed to be senators of the United States saying, this is a direct quote, the Senate does not take kindly to being bullied by social media trolls, end quote. That is an exact quote. All right, first of all, the fact that these senators are so accustomed to doing whatever they want, however they want, whenever they want to do it, that simply hearing backlash of the will of the American people, they refer to it as bullying from social media trolls, shows you that these soul draining just succubus of the American people in DC, they need to be dealt with. Every single one of these people need to understand. You remember what I just said, taking back territory? You either get in freaking line or you will be dealt with and you will lose your job in 2026. It's as simple as that. If they consider that bullying, good. Bully them.
Question here.
Bully them. What?
What needs to happen so we can have term limits? Like, is that something that all the senators in the chamber have to vote for, or is that like an executive thing, or what?
Yeah,
what
it's going to have to get pushed through the House and the Senate. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. And so, again, I agree with that wholeheartedly, but it's got to get pushed all the way through before that can happen. But
and that would never happen. I mean, do you think?
If we get enough of the majority of real America First patriots, I think it would. I know Anna Paulina would do it. I know Matt Gaetz would do it. I know that J.D. Vance would do it. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like it's the people who have ill intentions that would say, no, we want to be able to be in government for the rest of our lives. Mm-hmm. Those are the ones that you have to worry about. And again, to the point, the fact that grown adults call it bullying, God forbid the American people have an opinion on what you should do, because that's actually your freaking job, is to do what the American people are telling you to do. Nobody wants Thune. Nobody had a dang clue who Thune was. All we know is he had a bunch of anti-Trump posts during all of the indictments. Cornyn, same thing. Nobody gives a flying crap about Cornyn. Nobody likes you. You're a loser. Loser. Nobody likes you. All we know is we have data upon video upon post of you being anti-Trump. Here's the thing, and this may sound totalitarian. I don't really care. If you were not loyal throughout the whole thing, we don't expect you to be loyal now, and we're done with you. We are done with you. This is Cornyn. Let's just play this clip here.
From U.S. Senator John Cornyn out of Texas, the Republican says former President Donald Trump can't win the 2024 general election for president. He also says the GOP needs to find a candidate who actually can. This was all in a call with Texas reporters. Cornyn saying, I think President Trump's time has passed him by.
Pause.
Adds, I don't think President Trump understands that.
Pause. That right there, gone. Bye. See you later. Bye.
And
Get out.
This is the guy that want to make the.
See you later. Bye. Yeah. Here's the thing. It's not blind loyalty. It is these people are retarded and they don't know what's going on. They don't. And it's time that we call them what they are. They're stupid. They're corrupt. They're evil. And this is the point. How do I want to say this? We're at a point now. I just talked about it. Taking back territory. We're at a point now where it's you're either with us, get the crap out of the way, or you will be moved out of the way. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. And us social media trolls helped President Trump gain the mandate. Donald Trump did not sweep for the presidency, the popular vote, the House, and the Senate without the American people giving him a mandate to do exactly what he promised to do. If you're in the Senate and you're standing in the way of that, we now have a target over you, and you will be dealt with accordingly. And if you want to view this as an open threat to your job security, you're exactly right. That's exactly what this is. I am openly, I am openly threatening your job. And you can direct quote me on that. Send this to every senator you got. I am threatening you by means of your job. You don't vote the way the American people demand you to vote. Mm-hmm. You are done. And I will do everything in my power to take all of you out because you are done. This is not your house. This is the people's house. You're only there because we allowed you to be there. Do you understand? If you don't want to be bullied, i.e. told what to do by the American people, go freaking run your own business. Go run a lobbying group, you parasite. We don't need you. and we're done with you. You need to catch up to what even the mainstream media is saying. The mainstream media is now saying mainstream media is dead. The days of old where the Senate does whatever the crap they want to do with no repercussions, those days are dead. We're done with all of you. You either are with us or you're against us. And if you're against us, you will be removed and you will be taken out. Lindsey Graham, I'm here in South Carolina, and I know that you and President Trump are tight. I'm talking to you. Drew McKissick, South Carolina GOP chairman, I'm talking to you too, you douche. I'm coming for all of y'all because I do not care. You didn't do a dang thing, Drew McKissick. You didn't do a dang thing, Senator Lindsey Graham, for this landslide. You want to know why I know that? Nobody likes you. Nobody listens to a dang thing Lindsey Graham says in the state of South Carolina. Lindsey Graham did nothing. If anything, he hurt President Trump. We probably lost some votes because of you. You loser. No one cares. You all suck. Every one of you. We need a complete and total. I'm telling you, you need to bully your senators now. Every single one of you. Pop that list up one more time for everybody to see this. You need to hit that like button. You need to hit that share button right now. If one of these people are in your state and they are your senator, you need to be harassing them daily. And I said harass because that's their job, is to be harassed by you, the American people, so they vote the way that their constituents in the state of which they represent, they vote how you want them to vote. We tell the Senate what to do, not the other way around. And it's time the American people remind them of that. I'm so sick of it.
American people. Like, it can't. And here, this is my problem with the American people, is it can't just be us four and other conservative influence out here screaming from the mountaintops. It is every single citizen's responsibility to pay attention to who your elected officials, who and what they're doing. And the very second that they think that they are bigger than the people they represent, it's time for them to go.
Correct.
So it's up to you, all of you.
Somebody just said that Lindsey Graham got booed at a Trump rally in South Carolina. He absolutely did.
Yeah, I was there.
South Carolinians hate Lindsey Graham. But the problem is nobody's got the balls to run against him, and South Carolina's not going to elect a Democrat senator. That's the problem.
I nominate Graham Allen to run against him.
Man, dude. Well, one, everybody's comments are confusing because it's Graham's a rhino. Graham needs to run for Senate. So the comments are confusing right now. Okay. Like, oh, you know what a good campaign slogan would be? It's time for a different Graham for South Carolina.
Ooh, there you go.
Something like that.
There we go.
Let's not go down that road again,
Time
shall
for
we?
a different Graham. All right.
Let's go, Senator. Let's do it.
Let's talk about Kamala Harris's balancing her campaign like the Democrats balance their checkbook. Kamala Harris is now sending emails out asking for donations to help fund recounts, which is actually not what's really going on. They're actually wanting donations so they can pay these vendors, of which they owe almost $30 million. They're just saying they want to use it for a recount.
Wasn't it last week that
fund?
Wasn't it last week that Trump came out and he said that he would pay off their $20 million
I think
debt?
he was just trolling there. But either way.
That would be epic, though.
Trolling.
Hey, here's what I'll say to the people of South Carolina that are in this chat. I don't know how many of you are from South Carolina. Drew McKissick is the South Carolina GOP chairman. He hates my guts. So if you want a change, someone to challenge Lindsey Graham, like, you got to call Drew McKissick. I mean, that's the way it works here in South Carolina. I'm serious. Because if the state GOP is against you, they're against you, man. And they will do, look, the South Carolina politics is the worst in the country. And listen to me. I always shoot you guys straight. It is the worst in the country. I tell everybody that your GOP, your state GOP is corrupt. South Carolina is the worst by far. New York's GOP is not as bad as South Carolina's GOP. All right. So if you want somebody to take out Lindsey Graham, people got to start making phone calls to Drew McKissick. Drew, however you spell McKissick, DREU McKissick. You want somebody to take on Lindsey Graham? You need to start telling your South Carolina GOP that you're sick of it. That's what you got to do. But anyway, I want to talk to everybody about the illusion of the Democrats, okay? Everybody, somebody just said Drew McKissick will not answer a single question. I know. He's a big old wuss. He's a sissy girl pants. Drew McKissick is an SSGP, and that's why they don't like me, because everybody else wants to kiss the ring of Drew McKissick. I can't. He disgusts me. He does. All right. I want to talk about the lie that was all this support for Kamala Harris. Remember when we told you and we said that all of this is fake? All of this is fake, and we got fact-checked and all this stuff. Here's Jesse Waters with a brutal takedown. Watch this.
$1 million to interview her in September. $1 million. Now, if she thought she was saving democracy, she should have done it for free. Kamala scared donors by calling Trump a dictator, got $1 billion, then just gave it to her friends and blew the rest on being a diva. Kamala went on a podcast, remember Call Her Daddy? But she didn't want to go to their studio in LA. So she made the host fly to DC and used campaign cash to build a fake set in a hotel room. She spent more than $100,000 to build it. That set, see it? 2 chairs, a coffee table, and a bookshelf. That's 6 figures. Now, we looked at the set. We probably could have done it for around $6,000. That's without labor. But where'd the rest of the money go? We don't know. So she's still trying to soak folks for cash. 24 hours after the election, on Wednesday, Democrats got a text from the campaign. Urgent. We need help. Donate now. Help with what? You lost. This is how she's going to spend her donors' dollars.
Yeah. All right. But we do have a breakdown on what we've got here. So this is some of the money that Kamala Harris spent on and why they're $20 million in debt. Meg Thee Stallion. Remember her first rally? They were like, oh, there's so many people there. And we were like, no, they're there to see Meg Thee Stallion.
Is she
they
the
paid
one
her
that was twerking?
Yeah, they paid her. They paid her $5 million. Lizzo's fat self. They paid her $3 million. Eminem was paid $1.8 million, and old Oprah got $1 million. Now Oprah is denying it, but people have found FEC reports of payments to her media company.
This doesn't show the $10 million she gave Beyonce as well for 3 minutes.
That is the rumor.
Stage.
That is the rumor. But also, I want to talk about all these influencers. Okay, this is unequivocally, this is 100% true. Okay, the Kamala Harris spent $3.9 million to an influencer recruitment agency. Now, I want to be clear here. That does not include payments to the actual influencers. In 107 days, that was the total of the Kamala Harris campaign. 107 days. They raised $1 billion and they spent $1.3 billion. In that 107 days, they spent $3.9 million to an influencer recruitment agency to find left-leaning influencers that would support the president. I bet you they paid anywhere between 10 to 20 million. So your Harry Sissons, all these other people that were just Kamala Harris this, Kamala Harris that, blah, 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 blah. It's not even being reported what the Biden campaign paid these people before they switched over. It was bought. It was paid for. None of these people actually supported Kamala Harris. And I'll give you one better. It's also being reported that Kamala Harris spent $580 billion on staff, where Donald Trump's campaign spent $10 million on staff. I can stand before you today, hand on the Bible before God as my witness on the lives of my own children. The Donald Trump campaign has paid me $0. And everybody else that was in our text chain on Twitter to combat the lies of the left-leaning people, every time I went to a war room, everything like this. When I was in New York, Trump campaign didn't pay for me. I flew myself. I got my own hotel room, everything. We did this because we believe in it. I didn't get paid a single dollar. If we're being honest, I lost probably about 50, 60 grand when it's all said and done. All the traveling I did, everything. Trump campaign didn't pay me anything. Nothing. Not a zip. I paid for it myself. Probably about 60 grand in total I lost going out there to help because we actually believed in it. And that's why we won. Because all these other people are just doing what they're paid to do. Sold their souls because they were paid to do it. And I just want to drive this home because I know that you knew that it was fake. But now we know.
It was good versus evil, man. And, good won. But the fight's not over, as we keep saying. We have to keep on calling the senators and just telling them what we want them to do because they work for us. Man. So, thank you to everybody who were boots on the ground and doing everything that needed to be done. And also, have you guys noticed that a lot of the Democrats have come out and said what a horrible campaign this was and how disastrous. Yep. I'm not tipping my hat to them. I'm just saying, thankfully they're coming out and they're saying, "Damn, we effed up big time." Because, like you said, they went way left, and now they're regretting it.
I'm telling you, Biden is the happiest that he could be right now because they're not talking about how bad his campaign was. They're not talking about him anymore. It's all about Kamala and what a horrible job that she did. She wanted to take the mantle from Joe Biden. He gave it to her in the worst way possible, and he's probably ecstatic about it.
I mean, he gave it to her, but he was forced to give it to her.
Redneck math. That's $13 million, over $13 million per day that she spent.
That's nuts.
Woo, what do you guys think? Kind of money in my life.
Who's going to be remembered worse, Biden or Kamala at this point?
I think that there'll be a race from history. That's what I think.
Well, no, if I'm being honest, I think Joe Biden, because of what's happened over the past 4 years, I think Joe Biden will be in the history books as a president who screwed up America. Kamala just tried. People often don't remember the candidates who lost very often. Like, who was Hillary's running mate? Nobody knows. I don't remember the dude's name. But Joe Biden.
Kane.
Exactly.
Wasn't it something Kane?
Really?
Tim Kaine.
I can't remember.
Tim Kaine.
And you know what's sad about that, Royce?
Well, to my point, Joe Biden actually caused damage. Kamala Harris just tried as hard as she could to cause even more, and she failed. No, we're not going to remember that.
You know what's sad about that? What I was going to say.
Per day she gave to Jack Daniels. Just a thought.
What I was going to say is that he was in politics, or he's still in politics, but he was in politics for over 50 years. So I'm sure his heart was in the right place when he started. But to be remembered in this way, where he destroyed America, it's just
he's
if
evil,
you remember
bro.
Joe Biden back in the day,
evil.
the way he talked about crack laws and the way he talked about homosexuality and all this stuff, the way his views on it were way more conservative, minded than they are now. Things shifted, and it all comes with. You get deep in the hole, you go to a Diddy party, and so now you just do whatever they say. I'm serious.
The diddler comes out.
That's DC for you. They get dirt on you, and then they force you to move in their direction, regardless of what you believed or why you joined the government in the first place.
All right, I want to talk about the wins of the Trump cabinet so far. But before I do that, ladies and gentlemen, last time I'm going to pitch it, I believe everybody needs to have life-saving medications. I'm giving away $6,000. Everybody that orders at the wellness company, that's twc.health/Graham. Or if you're on Rumble, you can click the link right now. Everyone that places an order with them today, support the sponsors that support us. I'm going to pick 3 of you, $2,000 each. Giveaway. Bless you guys. You guys help us. You guys support us. We're going to bless you guys as much as possible. And I'm going to help you take the steps you need to take to protect your family. That's the wellness company, twc.health/Graham. Go right now. By 9 o'clock tomorrow, it's over. I don't care. I purchased something on Wednesday or blah, blah, blah. Today, every order today is where I'm picking from.
I've already made
go
5
right
orders.
now. Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
All right, let's talk about, we won the Senate. Everybody who hasn't picked that up, we have officially, we knew we were going to win the Senate, but they officially made it official. Just like they officially made Trump's Count 312, like on Saturday, when we all knew it. So we've won the House. Everybody knows this. But I want to talk about the cabinet as well. So there you go. You can see where we're currently at. I think we're probably going to be around 220 in the House when it's all said and done. First of all, New Mexico. Can we just talk about how bad you suck? Can we?
For real?
I mean, for the love of everything holy.
Wow.
Wow. And Maine.
And Mississippi. Look, I'm leaving.
This is where you figure out where you want to live, okay?
Yeah.
Freaking New York is doing better than Maine and New Mexico, Okay?
And
I
Mississippi.
mean, I know Mississippi's rough,
Horrible.
dude. That's all the Delta and Jackson.
Oh, it is
right there.
for sure.
That's
But
the Delta
half the
and
state.
Jackson.
Even Alabama.
I know.
Look at the whole
Well,
West
that's
Coast.
Montgomery. That's
Oh, yeah.
Montgomery all the way through Auburn, right there. The blue and
Look at how red the West Coast is. It's just those outer limits of where all the
Dude, it's crazy,
metropolitan
man.
areas are, man. That's just
yeah.
nuts.
That's what I'm saying.
Telling
This
you,
is
when them kids graduate, I'm pulling this map up and going.
This is your map of where to go live across the board. All right, but either way, let's talk about things. So first of all, I showed everybody last week. I was having conversations with some insider people, and I was like, "Do you think Miss Susie's going to get chief of staff?" And literally 2 hours later, it was like, "Boom! Susie Wiles is the first ever female chief of staff for Donald Trump because he's such a misogynist." Congratulations, Miss Susie. I know you guys have heard me say names like James, Taylor, Miss Susie, all these people. I've known Miss Susie a long time. She is a rock star. That is a fantastic pick. Let's see here. Next, it just came out and was officially done. And I want to tell everybody, we're going to go over Rubio and Nome here in a minute. But until I see something like this, I don't believe it 100%. Until I see a statement from the Trump transition team, I don't believe it until I see one of these. But what we can say is Elise Stefanik, or Stefanik, however you want to play it, that she is now going to be the new United Nations ambassador. So we have upgraded from Nikki Haley. Praise God for that. All right, let's go to, this is Lee Zeldin. So this one's been confirmed as well for Environmental Protection Agency. This is a win as well. Tom Hammond. Good Lord Almighty. I am so excited about this. He is
Best
former
move
ICE
yet.
director to be the new border czar. I want to play this clip right now because this is the most majestic thing. If you're pumped about this, give me an American flag in the chat right now. Play this clip. It's electric. Let's go.
Hey, look, they gave me 5 minutes to say a few things, so if I offend anybody tonight, I don't give a shit. How many pounds of fentanyl didn't make in this country to kill Americans? How many known suspected terrorists didn't make it into the country? How many billions of dollars did the cartels make? President Trump is one badass president. He secured the border at a level we've never seen before. And I got a message to the millions of illegal aliens that's been released into the United States under this administration. Don't get too comfortable. We're going to need some help. Do I have any volunteers that want to come back and help run the biggest deportation operation in the history of this nation? In January of 25, the greatest president of my lifetime walking back in the White House. He tells me, we got, I say 120 days. He says, no, you got 60 to lock the border down. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what I told the president. He comes back, I come back, we fix this shit.
That just gives me hope
Amazing.
that there's a
It's
spot
amazing.
for me.
I'm telling you right now. Hey, but look, some people are like, oh my gosh, he's so misogynistic. He's terrible. No, that's what we need, bro. And he literally went on yesterday and was like, hey, if the governor of New York don't want to help us, that's fine. We're doing it with or without you. If I got to send triple the amount of people to New York to get it done, that's what I'm doing. I will steamroll all over you. I mean, he is declaring war against New York,
Love it.
California,
Illinois.
Oregon, Illinois, everywhere. If you don't want to help, that's fine, but we're coming in whether you like it or not. Because illegal immigration is a federal issue, not a state issue. They're not citizens, so you can't claim that crap. We're coming in there and we're taking out everybody. They're all leaving. Every
Great.
single one of them is leaving across the board. I think it's amazing. All right. Now, this is something that's been put out. New York Post is reporting on this, but yet, unless it's happened since we've done this episode, which you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, I haven't seen a statement from Donald Trump about Marco Rubio to serve as Secretary of State. I haven't seen that yet. Comment your thoughts on this. I'm curious y'all's thoughts if you like this potential pick, yes or no. Again, until I see a statement from President Trump, I'm not believing it 100% until I 100% see it from President Trump himself. Also, in the middle of the night, it was reported that Kristi Noem has been tapped to be the head of the Department of Homeland Security.
I like it.
Which is very interesting. Again, I don't believe any of this stuff until I actually see it from President Trump himself. And here's why. And comment your thoughts on this as well with Kristi Noem. Here's why. Sometimes people that want to push their candidate across the line, and I'm not saying this is what's happened here. I'm just saying sometimes people leak things to the press to try to get that little extra press push to kind of like go ahead and push President Trump over the edge to make that decision. So again, unless an announcement has been, let me check my email real quick.
Yeah, I'm looking, I'm scrolling
before I keep
right
harping
now.
on this here. Until I see something official from, hang on, I'm looking. Let me just check real quick. I don't see anything from the Trump transition team right now. So as of this moment, I hadn't seen anything official about Rubio or Noem yet. I do think that, what was his name? Stephen Miller, as Deputy Secretary of State or Deputy Chief of Staff. I can't remember which one it was. I do believe that one was confirmed. But I haven't seen anything confirming this one yet. So to everybody I say, let's, enact the Bongino rule a little bit here. Until I see a statement from the Trump-Vance transition team, a statement from the President of the United States, I don't believe it until I see that. But I don't mind the Kristi Noem pick. I really don't. I don't mind the Kristi Noem pick.
Great too.
Yep.
Yes, Stephen Miller's
What about-
good. Rubio.
Yeah, what about the Rubio pick? I was going to say,
I don't know
because
about Rubio.
because there's a lot of people in the chat saying that Rubio turned on Trump.
Yeah,
and,
I don't know.
But remember, so did Vance. Vance was all against Trump, and then he
No, but
turned
Vance
around.
Vance started and then changed and never changed again. There are people. When Rubio was running against Trump in 2015, I'm cool with that. That's politics. All right, running against it, all this other stuff. It's what these people did in 2020 that matters to me. That's what matters to me. What did you do in 2020? That's what I want to know. I don't care if you didn't like Trump in 15. I don't care. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. He was new on the block. Blah, blah, blah. I get that. And it's also politics. You're running against the man. You're going to talk crap against the man. That's how politics works.
The only person who ran against Trump in this past primary that I think does have a chance of being in the cabinet is Vivek. Vivek, because or he's going to take a senator seat because he was the only one who did not talk bad about Trump.
I saw a
Everybody
report.
else-
Yes, I saw a report that the governor of Ohio is considering appointing Vivek to the Senate.
Yeah, that's where Vivek
That
is at.
definitely
J.D.
needs to
Vance.
happen.
Here's another report I've heard. I've heard a report that DeSantis, because this is his last term as governor. He's up in 26, right?
Yeah, I thought about that.
The rumor mill is, if the Rubio is in fact true, that DeSantis is going to appoint basically a scapegoat person to sit in the role that will not run in 26, so DeSantis can run for Senate in 26. That's what I've heard. Because he can't run for governor again, and so the only thing that he can do next is go for Senate.
And that's what Rick Scott did after governor. He went straight to Senate.
Well, right, and so I think that there's reality to that. The big question for me is going to be: Does anybody get tapped in South Carolina? Because this is McMaster's last hurrah as governor. The rumor mill has been that Tim Scott wants to run for governor. Does Trump give longtime ally Henry McMaster a role in the administration? And then that opens up a Senate seat. And then by 26, we have 2 Senate seats up for grabs here in South Carolina. That's interesting. That South Carolina is an interesting state to pay attention to, because if Henry McMaster gets any administration appointment, it will put up for grabs the governor's seat and 2 Senate seats in South Carolina. And so that's very interesting to pay attention to across the
There's
board.
an opportunity there where Dear America can take over the whole state of South Carolina. There, we can be governor and 2 Senate seats.
Dude, here's my
can all
problem with
run.
South Carolina, and maybe this will sound pompous. I don't know. We are the biggest asset to the America First MAGA Republican agenda in the entire state of South Carolina. We are. We're the biggest asset. And I can say that confidently. There is not a single congressman, senator, or governor, state House, state Senate, nothing. There's not a single person in the state of South Carolina that has the reach and the influence that we do here. And the SCGOP treats us like gutter trash. They hate us with a fiery passion. They hate us across the board. You would think that they would use us to their benefit, to support conservative agendas and things like this. They hate us. They hate us. And the reason why is because, we are a threat to their way of doing things. The good old boy system. We are a threat to them. That's why they hate us across the board. That's why they hate us. And so, we'll see what happens. But South Carolina is an interesting state to pay attention to. All right, last call. The Wellness Company. Go get your emergency medical kit right now. That's twc.health/Graham. If you're on Rumble, the link is pinned in the comments. I'm taking every single order today, and I'm picking 3 of you. I'm blessing you with $2,000 in cash for 3 people. Blessing you today. And then also, we now know for a fact that they tried to cheat again. This is the official graph of the election results. Look at that. Look at that. Remember when we told you we had to make it too big to rig because there it is. There it is. Look how close we were to civil war. Go back. Go back. Too early. Too early. All right. There we were. That's how close we were to a civil war because they cheated. You see that jump? See that jump by the Democrats? That's not normal, guys.
That's probably California.
It's not normal. You see how after that big jump, it kind of trends neck and neck with it across the board after that? And then before that, there's a gradual curve. That's normal. You see the big old jump. They tried to steal it, but we were too big to rig, and the prophecy was fulfilled with this next thing that Trump's hairline actually was the prophecy of, look at that. Let's put them side by side real quick. I just want everybody to see it. Look at that.
So scary.
Look at it. Boom. The prophecy was fulfilled. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got a fight in the Senate. We need every one of you to call your senators right now and demand that they vote the way the American people demand them to vote. But that's all we got for this episode, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to hit that share button far and wide. If you're on Facebook, you need to hit the share button. Twitter, hit the share button. YouTube, share. Rumble, share, and the list goes on and on. Todd, let's pray this thing out and let's get the super questions. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Father,
go ahead and submit your super questions as well. Go ahead, Todd.
Father, we just thank you for a safe weekend. I thank you for getting us through the weekend, getting through Monday, and bringing us all back here together so we can just be blessed by you, Father. Yesterday was Veterans Day, and I just want to take an opportunity to just thank all of the warriors, all the sheepdogs that you have provided this country with, whether it be in the past or now in the present, the ones that are still wearing the uniform. Father, if we have members of the military that are out there right now that are in harm's way and that have had to leave their families and friends, Father, I just ask that you put your blanket of protection over them, that you walk hand in hand, foot in foot with them, Lord, that you bring them all back home safely to us. Father, we thank you for the blessings, and we thank you for the opportunity that you gave us on November the 5th to just give us one more shot to get this thing right. And I just ask that you continue to give us the strength and courage and boldness to continue to move your message further and further and further. Father, we love you. We thank you for all that you do. And we ask all these things in your son's name. And God's people said,
amen.
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 All right, let's do super questions. Now's your time to get your super questions in because we're answering them. So let's go.
There you go. Melissa Wonderlick. Today is my birthday, and I wished early last week for a Trump win. Best birthday wish. I had my doubts some days, but you guys kept me thinking positive. Happy birthday, Melissa.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Melissa.
Happy birthday.
Graham, say it.
Happy birthday!
You should listen to me, Melissa. I said, don't worry.
H-A-P-P-Y, H-A-P-P-Y, and I wish you a happy birthday.
Kilo. Yesterday, I saw Dad. I have never cried or laughed so much. I took pics for family, shared stories, cried and prayed. Everyone was the same color. U.S. Vietnam family shared stories. I miss my dad.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations.
That's awesome.
God bless you and your family. Maria Noel. After 20 years, I started going back to church last year because the Holy Spirit was in my son's heart, pulling him to go. I'm proud to say I was baptized on Sunday and shared the moment with him and family. Congratulations,
That's great.
Maria. Congratulations.
Awesome.
That's awesome news. Best super chat. Tara Lorraine. Hello, all. Mises PSA incoming. He has 2 new songs, One King and America First. They are awesome. Thank you, Graham, Tony, Royce, and the one and only awesome Todd. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep.
Got to check that out. Never heard of Mises.
The one and
That's the
only
one we played
awesome
last
Todd.
week that's got
Yeah,
my voice
that's-
in the beginning of the song.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm sorry. Old
one and
memory.
only.
Garrett Dover,
Jeez,
can
Todd.
you guys give us your best Trump dance? We the people deserve it. And so
I already did it.
Trump
I feel
along-
like
yeah,
I
we
killed
did
it.
Royce
I feel
and
like I
Tony-
killed it.
Tony did nothing.
You guys know I don't dance.
Young man.
I'm not a circus
you're not,
monkey.
dude.
Nobody's gonna
Tony,
tell me to
that's
dance.
right.
Trump does a little
dancing.
more like this, though.
it.
Everybody's doing this. Trump's a little more like,
It's like
It is also. It's
you
a
got
lot
to turn
in
your
the
hands
knees.
in
You
a little
can't
bit
see
like
the
this.
knees.
You got to turn it in. And
then he
It's
added
the
the golf
slight
it's
swing.
more.
in the
It's all
knees.
elbows. It's all like this. All right.
He also
you go.
does the one arm
Tony,
sometimes where he
you are
lifts the
horrible.
shoulder.
You know what?
Yeah, he does that.
I know. I know. Yep.
Horrible. KDMS 5336. I think y'all should open your show every day with a Trump dance YMCA song, but make sure Tony and Royce join in the
Dude,
dancing
the
too.
Hispanics are vibe killers. 1
They are.
No,
million
here's the
percent.
reality. Here's the reality. Hispanics, we have rhythm, bro, but we have to hold it back. Otherwise, we get too into it. That's the
What, are you
issue.
going to start twerking in front of everybody?
No,
all
with
day?
your butt in the
No,
camera.
man, you know,
Digga, digga.
my kind of dancing is not my kind of dancing is not your
Burrito.
kind of dancing. So
All right. Next. Just vibe killers.
Lewis 2387. Morning, y'all. I had to take a break and step away from watching any kind of news outlets because even though Trump won, I've been so stressed and worried about how I'm going to take care of my family. Stay in prayer, man. Hold on.
Yep.
Hold
Yep.
on. It's on the
Again,
way.
the war ain't over yet. We won the battle, but we got more work to do.
NZAB. What does bum rush the NFL mean? Give them views and buy their jerseys? The NFL organization hates us. They fund all sorts of no, we're talking about like
Bum rush means
There you
bum rush means like you overload like bum rush, really? Like
Yep.
you can't, you know,
some people don't know, man.
For you NFL people, tush push, like just
There you
bum
go.
rush them, like overwhelm them to where they can no longer demonize our values, our culture, our this, our that. Here's the thing. I'm kind of in the moment now where I refuse to let them continue to just take things away from me that I enjoy.
Yeah.
I refuse. I think that people should show up to NFL games in their MAGA hats. Then they are in force. That's what I'm talking about. That we are giving motivation and we are giving encouragement to these NFL athletes that are now not afraid to express their viewpoints anymore of where they stand on these things. It's because of people like us. I refuse to let them take every single freaking thing that I love away from me. The reason that the Democrats are now saying that we have to move away from these leftist ideologies is because we bum rush them in a complete and total rebuking of it. Same thing with these companies, with these sports organizations. If we bum rush them to where they have no choice but to acknowledge us, that's how they fell in the first place, because they were being overloaded by these less than 1% of the populations that want to mutilate children's genitals and all this stuff. And then the same thing has to be done with us. We are no longer the silent majority. We are simply the majority. So I think it's time we act like it. Stop giving up territory. Start taking it back. That's what I'm saying. Next.
Same one. The problem is that the senators will vote who raised and gave them money for their elections. Thune and Cornyn raised money. No one will go against them. Case in point, McConnell's long-time run.
Again, they will if they understand that we will effectively. Here's the thing. Donald Trump got outspent $5 million a day, $1.3 billion to $330 million. Donald Trump swept the whole country. It is no longer about, because of social media, we are the media now. It has changed everything. How many people have won their elections now when they were outspent on money? It is now the norm. It's almost more normal for the people that have more money. They lose because people don't trust them. That money thing, that is old way of thinking. It's old way of thinking. These people can be beat with less money. They can, because we are the media now. Next.
Randall J. All. It's time for the elephants to stomp the rhinos.
Love it.
Roll Tide, right?
Yeah, amen.
I was just going to say, it is kind of ironic,
Yep.
but either way, all
Constant
right.
one. Need prayer. 17-month-old Jeremiah just had his 4th seizure this year. Long, bad ones. This recovery is slower than others. Walking again today, but balance is off. No real diagnosis. Need a miracle. Miracles on the way.
We're praying
Miracles
for
on
that,
the way,
100%.
or sister.
100%.
Uh-oh. Yep. Andy SG. 350 FEMA trucks parked in rural Michigan. Thoughts?
I don't know.
You'll find out before we do.
However, I will have to say, remember when we filmed our documentary and we showed all the Trump signs and I said, look, the only thing I'm saying is it is interesting to me that North Carolina, all the houses that were hit badly all had Trump signs in the yard. And now we know it is confirmed for a fact that the director of FEMA for Milton, not Helene, but Milton said, avoid the houses with Trump signs in their yards.
And let's not forget.
Confirmed.
Let's not forget either. While Kamala was paying millions of dollars to all the people she was buying, she was giving $750 to all the people's houses that got
they weren't
wrecked.
even.
They weren't even getting that. They were getting
That's
like
what I'm saying.
$350.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's just ridiculous the amount of money that they spent when all that money could have been put to good use.
Yep.
Tiny. Guys, both my senators are Dems. Can I send emails to traitor senators?
No, I wish.
Send emails to whoever you want. It's a free country. Tara Lorraine again. Here you go, Graham, for your Senate race. I will gladly volunteer for your campaign.
There you go.
Well,
Guys, I got to be
I'm
completely
for
honest with
Senator
you.
Todd's gonna have to stay here because
I'm going to be completely honest with you. Even if this was serious and even if there was a major public push, the only way that this would begin to be able to, because for senator, I mean, you got to win the whole state over, right? If you live in South Carolina, and I'm not saying for me, I'm just saying in general, if you want Lindsey Graham out, you've got to start putting pressure on Drew McKissick, the SCGOP chairman. Like you've got to. You've got to start putting pressure on them that you want someone else other than Lindsey Graham. You've got to. And I'm not saying for myself at all. I'm just saying in general. These people bend the knee when they know that the people are against them. And the problem is they think that Lindsey Graham, no one's going to challenge Lindsey Graham. That's what they think. And they know that South Carolina is not going to vote for a Democrat senator. They know this. If you want something to change, you have to start putting pressure on these GOPs in your state. You have to. And that goes for every state.
Graham, I got the Hispanic vote for Trump. I can get the Hispanic vote for you here in South Carolina. So.
What is the Hispanic population here in South Carolina?
I was going to ask, are there many?
I have no idea. But whoever it is out there, I could get it for you.
I don't know.
It's Tony.
That's
And his family.
It's totally.
Another Tara Lorraine. No, the same one.
I don't know why it does that sometimes. Hold up.
It's okay. Candy Jenkins. Hey, y'all see the video that Dr. Sherry Tenpenny did? If so, what are your thoughts?
I haven't seen that one. I'll have to check it out. That's
that is.
you got me there. I don't know.
Banks. Proud Virginia. Oh, God, I thought that said something else. Proud Virginian here in the Blue Ridge Mountains and the Shenandoah
Proud
Valley.
virgin here.
I really thought that's what it said. We
You
fought
should
hard
be.
for-
If you are, hey, good for you.
Yeah, congratulations. We fought hard for Trump. It was a straight knife fight here. Hate that we fell to the blue machine. Just know we tried and are with y'all.
Well, hey, Virginia gave it. They did.
They
You
gave it
your
hell,
best
boy.
shot, and it was light blue. Virginia was light
Yeah,
blue.
we thought all night it was going to flip.
Yeah, I mean, and so it was close.
Vol's dad. I almost threw up there having to say that. Prayers for my wife, Janelle, who's doing radiation today for non-smokers lung cancer. We have 2 little ones that need their mama. I ain't saying that other part. Bless your wife.
Yeah, we're gonna say prayers for you, man.
Absolutely.
100%.
Joseph A., do you believe YouTube and its creators to be a communist society where
Yep.
people sell their souls and suppress truth and freedom of
Yep.
speech?
Yep.
Can't disagree with that.
Yep.
Joseph A., same one again.
Is it the same one?
Same verbatim. There we go.
okay.
Little Weasel. Why are we okay with politics, with what politics have become? The constant degrading and belittling of each other has bothered me to the core for a long time. When do we, the people, demand our politicians to grow the frick up? Now? Why wait?
Yeah, now.
Why wait?
Well, again, this is what I'm talking about. Like, we have all the momentum in the world, and we still have people in the Senate that believe that we're just annoying trolls on the internet. Like, literally. I mean, like, this is how pompous and arrogant these people are. And I hate to break it to you, bros and broettes. You only make like $174,000 a year. You ain't as special as you freaking think you are. And if you're multi-millionaires, it's because you're dirty, every one of you. So we have no respect for you, none whatsoever. And these people need to be put in their freaking place. Like, they need to understand that they answer to you, the American people. Next.
Yeah. Why put off tomorrow for who you can hate today? CFix91. Graham, I just ordered 2 wellness kits. Our 32-year-old son is disabled and is immune compromised. Have to stay ahead of the game for him.
Exactly.
Nice.
Well,
Very
I hate
good.
to hear about the immune compromise, but man, I mean, that is what I'm trying to say, ladies and gentlemen. You need this life-saving medication for you and your family.
Yeah. Mamoose, for either Dear America or the Hot Seat, have y'all thought about having Julie Green Ministries International on the shows?
I haven't thought about it.
but I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about it, but we'll look into it.
Intrigue Logician. Thank you for the TWC link. I didn't realize they offered more than just medical kits. Ordered some supplements for my daughter that is a very picky eater.
I'm telling you, everybody, twc.health/Graham. If you order today, I'm picking 3 people and I'm going to bless you with $2,000 each. That's $6,000 giveaway today. twc.health/Graham. Go right now.
Candace E.N. Did you guys ever see Kim Clement's
Yes.
prophecy about Trump? Also, Todd, are you aware the monster is satanic? It's simply 666. That's not an accurate statement. That Hebrew is already proven wrong. That is not the Hebrew.
He
for
does it on
666.
purpose because he knows that people are going to
Boom.
say something. That's why he does
That's
it.
not true. It's just
I
I'm not
told
going to be
Todd over
regulated
and
what I
over and
can and
over.
can't wear. Like, are you wearing Nike right now? Shut up then.
What?
If you're
Well,
wearing anything
Nike's
or
not
any of these
questioned on whether or not it's the mark of the beast or not. But you know
It's
what?
not.
Dude, you literally have
Hebrew
666
looks
on your head
nothing
right
like
now.
This. It's inaccurate. I studied Hebrew.
No, it is.
Shut up.
Have you Googled it? Have you Googled it?
I didn't have to. I studied it.
You know, Catholics
What do you mean
believe
what
that
did
it's
you
not even a
study?
number.
Royce, I have a degree in theology. I studied Hebrew.
It's
It looks
reference to
nothing
Nero,
like this.
the Emperor Nero, and so they say that 666 has already happened, and that's why Catholics don't get freaked out about it at all, because John was trying to say who it was without saying who it was, and so
Christians can make anything look like the
letters had numerical value, and if you look at how they spelled Nero, it
underarm
spells
resemble if you
666.
turn it
Anyway,
sideways and
all right,
fold it
moving
in
on.
half.
Let's go, dear
Looks like a
goodness.
basket. Heather P. Happy birthday, Melissa. It's my birthday too. Loving to start the day with the Dear America guys. Happy
birthday to Melissa and
Hey,
Heather.
happy birthday.
Graham, sing the song.
HAPPY, HAPPY, HAPPY. It's your happy birthday.
Stephen Karks. Think about getting Lieutenant Mark Taylor of the Trump prophecies on. He just put out a prayer to stop these evil cabal.
Okay.
Yeah. Misty, Rumble was acting weird today. Thought y'all were gone. Hope all vets had a blessed day yesterday. Thanks for your service. Todd, the video yesterday with the vet pulled at my heartstrings. We are MAGA. Yes, we are, sister girl.
I'm scared to put up this next one, but here we go.
Then do it.
Do
Do it.
Ratchet, Tony twerking would be a major fundraiser. How much will you pay to see Tony twerk toys for Christmas? I would.
Hey, man, we can start a GoFundMe for Toys for Tots, And if you guys raise $10,000, so Dear America family, if you start a GoFundMe for Dear America, Toys for Tots Drive, and you raise 10 grand, Tony will twerk for 3 minutes live on air.
First of all, I am not a circus monkey. Second of all,
You wouldn't do it for children, Tony?
I would not twerk for freaking $1 million.
Tony!
Now, wait a minute. If they raise money for the kids, I would dance, but I wouldn't twerk. Twerking is not my thing. I pull a muscle trying to twerk.
Okay,
are you
fine.
kidding me?
Tony
I'm
dance.
almost 50 years old. Are you kidding me?
If the Dear American family starts a GoFundMe for Toys for Tots to be donated to the Asher House, so Asher House can buy Toys for Tots for Christmas. If they raise 10 grand, you will dance to the Macarena live on air.
I mean,
right
okay, wait a minute. Now, if I can pick the song, I don't know about La Macarena, but if I can pick a song, yeah, I would dance because Royce knows this. When you're dancing in Latin dances, it's got to be a certain beat. You just
got to
can't
be sensual, right?
It's
well,
rhythm,
sometimes,
bro.
it's rhythm. You have to follow the beat. So yes, I would do it for the kids, absolutely. But
Okay, you heard it there, folks. Dear American
sounds
family, you want to
worse.
start
I
a
don't like
GoFundMe? 10 grand if it's donated
But
to the
I am
Asher
not
House to buy
twerking.
for the kids. Tony will dance sensually on air
sensually, okay.
in his
This is not
Hispanic
becoming a
rhythm.
good situation.
All right, play
This
it.
is not.
Or next, let's go.
Play it. No, we do
All
not
right,
have a
next, let's
video.
go. Next, let's go.
VPMW Davis, the Biden FDA just called like 80,000 pounds of Kirkland butter because it contains an unknown allergen called milk. The official Biden-Harris happy Thanksgiving to all of us.
Dude, I'm telling you, they're poisonous, dude. Everybody knows this. They're
Interesting.
poisonous. Next.
Well, I think that was a joke. Butter does have milk in it. It's freaking milk.
I don't know if they're
I
telling
guess
a
'cause
joke
people
or
are
if it's an
allergic to
acronym or
milk.
something.
I don't know.
I think it's a joke.
Maybe.
I don't know.
All right.
I got
anyways.
nothing.
Yeah, we'll have to look into that.
NZAB, I understand show your true colors at NFL games. However, the NFL will take your money and continue to fund far left causes. They don't care what you think, Phil. You vote with your money. We'll use your money against you. Again, I have to agree with Graham. I'm not giving up football. I'm not giving up the things that I love because everything is left.
And
Like,
then the
you know
argument
what,
can
Rumble?
also be made that you withholding still ain't doing nothing. Like the only way to do it is to overload them with all this stuff, because trying to withhold your money, I mean, let's be honest, people are still watching football. Love you, people are. And for those of you who are like, I haven't watched football since Colin Kaepernick, okay, cool. You're 0.01% of people. Mm-hmm. I mean, at the end of the day, the NFL is the most watched thing in the world on a daily basis. They own a day of the week. So what we're saying is, you withholding your subscription and all this other kind of stuff, it's just like the people on Rumble. At least 50% of you still go on YouTube. It's just the reality of the situation. And so I'm just saying, like if withholding your money ain't working, then why not freaking overwhelm them to where you see red hats in all the stadiums and all this other stuff. And then that empowers other people to stand up and wear their red hat. And that empowers other athletes to continue to support their actual beliefs instead of being afraid to do it. That's all I'm saying.
We told you not to wear your MAGA gear to go voting, but now is the time. Wear it 100%. Everywhere. Be proud of the election
now
results.
Is the time. We got our foot on their throat. All gas, no brakes. Next.
Josh Hawks, keep up the good fight. Thank you, guys. Never miss a show. Thank you, Josh.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. My son watching laughed so hard at that proud Virginian comment, by the way. I'm going to hear that for a long time. Graham said it. I didn't.
Hey, if you're a virgin, you should be proud of that. I don't understand what's controversial.
Considering that he or she just said my son.
Yeah, good for him, man. Keep, KLS, or keep legs shut. There you go.
Joseph A.
Or the KLS
then what would you say if someone was to push back on the nonsense of YouTube to give the people a voice of their own?
YouTube's a different story. They'll just kill your channel.
They'll kick you off.
Yeah.
YouTube's a different story. YouTube don't work for you. That's the thing. So I'm hopeful that that President Trump's new administration will pass, because he's already talked about it, a digital constitution, he called it, which protects free speech on the internet to where these companies won't be allowed to do that. And even if they want to fact check it, fine. They can add a fact check to it, but they can't punish your account. See what I'm saying? Like, it's one thing for a fact checking organization to come under a video and say, this has been proven not true because of this, and this. It's another thing for every time you get a fact check, it hurts your channel. And if you get so many of them, they're going to delete your channel. See what I'm saying? So I hope they do it. Next.
Cadessa. Congratulations for the big win Saturday. LSU sucked. Yeah, they did.
That was a great game.
Yeah, they
Great
did. Now
game.
we just got to get past Albie. Striker J, Graham asking for a friend that watches the show. Does TWC have the spike protein reversal to help heal from the vax?
Yes, they
We
do.
have a follower that started off liberal but is now on the good side.
Yes, go to twc.health/Graham. They 100% have it. Yes.
Angela Durham, I ordered supplements from TWC last month for my 88-year-old mom, and she's feeling better. Thank you, Graham.
You're welcome. I'm just here to help, guys. I know you guys are like, oh, I'm so tired of the ads. Oh, my God. Shut up. I'm trying to help everybody.
I love that about Graham. I'm trying to
Stryker,
help you
again,
guys.
If
Shut
they
up.
have a proven one, please email me the details. I will buy it for her. Thank you.
Yeah, it's on the site, man. That was literally back in one of the old ad reads we had as a spike protein reversal from the vaccine for the wellness company. So, yeah, it's on there. Next.
C Mules. Want to see Tony twerk. Y'all's
Not gonna
AU
happen.
Trojan friend, Shia.
I think it's Sherry.
That's Sherry.
Oh, I'm not mean like Shia.
Hi,
right,
Sherry.
Shia? Okay. Well, hey,
You
Sherry,
would-
if it's
you would-
Sherry.
You will not
If it's
see
not,
me.
I'm right
You will
here.
not see me twerk. I'm not going to do that. But I will dance for the kids. For the benefit of the kids. I'm not going to dance for the kids. I'm
Which,
gonna dance.
given the right song, might
Sounded
involve
good.
a twerk. Might involve
It
a
is,
twerk.
it is
We're
not
gonna get
going to
ripped off
involve
the
a
internet.
twerk. Nope.
Good
All right,
job,
next.
Tony.
Ah, jeez.
Cheryl, CFL Grey Cup this Sunday. Can I get a Go Blue 4R Bombers?
What is,
Sure.
What is
Go Blue.
CFL?
Canadian,
Canadian Football League?
Yeah. Sure. Go Blue.
I know.
I dance
No
snake.
idea.
It's too much like Michigan. I can't.
Yeah, that's
Next.
true. That is
I
true.
dance snake.
Annie Oakley, about school choice. I love the idea, but my kids used to be an A+ school. Now kids are bussed in from rough areas and the schools have become a C. It's changed. How do we prevent this?
Well, okay, all right, but again, this is still an invalid argument here. So now you're taking the average of more kids who are coming from a bad school, and now the school, as it were, is going like from a higher education standpoint to a lower overall average. Yeah, this isn't going to be an instant turnaround. You've got to bring these other kids up. So my argument to you about that is, okay, so because of somebody where they live in a zip code, their kids should be forced to go to a crap school when their
Yeah.
parents are willing to drive them to a better school so they can go from a C to an A. It takes time, ladies and gentlemen. Like, I don't understand how that affects your kid's education. It's still the same education as a school. The school overall grade point might be worse for a while because you're having to bring children up. It's not something that happens automatically. So I still think school choice is the answer for the long-term problem that is the public school system. And I stand
Yeah.
by it. Next.
Last one.
Josh Hawks, hoping you keep King Council Fridays. Really enjoy it. Thank you. Was a good show Friday. I enjoyed
Yes,
it.
we will. We will. They are part of the Dear America family now. Fridays at 12 p.m. Eastern Time.
Yep.
Fridays at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, King's
11 a.m.
Council.
Central.
Todd's show in the hot seat is every day, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. We are expanding the Dear America family, guys. So, who knows? We might have a full lineup when it's all said and done.
Coming soon, a Tony twerking channel, apparently.
Yes!
So,
Yeah,
yep.
you got to give
Yep.
the people what they want.
guess.
They
You
want
would
to see
get
Tony
more
twerk.
views than all of us.
Oh, yeah.
Like, just for
They
that.
want to see Tony twerk. All right, but that's all we got, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure to hit that like button, hit that share button, and we'll see you all again, same time, same place tomorrow. Tony, say goodbye.
Hasta mañana, everybody.
Royce,
We will see y'all tomorrow.
Todd,
Love you, miss you, mean it.
and as always, I'm Graham Allen. Stay awake, not woke. Trust in God, not the government. And as always, stay free.